So happy Thursday, happy Thursday, happy Thursday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Hope you had an absolutely wonderful day. I know my day was absolutely awesome, awesome, off the chain, enjoyable, more than I can possibly stand. Absolutely cool. Had a nice dinner with my wife. We went over to a little local restaurant here called Me Hungry. It's a Jamaican barbecue place. Got some ribs and some yams, sweet potatoes, whatever you want to call them. Got some beans and rice and macaroni and cheese. Fire, baby. So if you live here in St. Louis, you haven't tried them out yet, they're over on St. Charles Rock Road. Recommend right at St. Charles Rock Road in the Inner Belt. I recommend you swing by and check them out. Very, very cool little hole in the wall type kind of place with some fire food. I'm telling you, some good stuff. Good stuff. They've got I can't remember, some kind of like a Cajun goat type kind of deal. They've got some just awesome chicken. They have a jerk chicken, which is fire. Just some cabbage. I mean, some homegrown, home cooked, just really good food. So recommend definitely swinging by and checking them out if you're in the St. Louis area. Another one of our favorite stops is Bus Loop Burgers. Absolutely cool, locally owned company. So want to get the economy off the ground, support your local owned independent business owners. So absolutely cool. Speaking of which, my wife is one. She's an independent business owner. Look her up on Facebook. Buy some of her stuff. Support her business. And cool thing about it, she does a lot of custom stuff, so she can do some custom work for you if you need some custom accessories, hats, bags, t-shirts, that kind of stuff. You need some of that stuff, definitely reach out to her. She will get you hooked up. So wanted to talk about being specific. Like I said, had an absolutely awesome day. Got to spend some time with my 100K Inner Circle coach, just talking about leveling up, going on a 7-figure run here to knock that out. Just I'm so excited about that. It's going to be cool. I got a chance to actually talk to one of my newest coaching clients that I have. So that was absolutely a blast to get to do that. Had just a beautiful, wonderful, exciting. I can't even come up with all the adjectives for the call we had at 8 o'clock for our team call, which was absolutely off the chain to get everybody on there and get a chance to get on there and share some of my experience, strength, and hope about building a business, as well as awesome team leader Miss Carly, who just brought the heat, baby. She just brought it. And it is just very cool to be on a team with multiple different types of experience level people, so you can hear their insight, right? Hear their input and take that, because just because somebody's brand new on the team doesn't mean they can't bring something of value from a different perspective. To see that, one of the things that I have learned not to do lately is share my numbers with people, especially publicly, because they're so freaking big. People go, "You did what?" And here's what's funny about this is I look back at where I was a year ago, before I even jumped on the bandwagon with this company. I joined this company in September. Was with another company in June of last year, and it wasn't the other company. Nothing wrong with the other company. Matter of fact, we're still customers of the other company. It's just, it was exciting. We had some friends there. It was cool. Got off to a little start, and then it just plateaued out. And it may have been us. It may have just been it had a cool factor, but the passion, I think, just wasn't there. It just didn't light that fire. It's like, I guess you would equate it to like going on a date with somebody that's really cool. And it's like, yeah, this person's nice. They're really cool. They're fun to hang out with. Wouldn't mind being friends with them long term, but they just don't ignite that fire. And then you go out on a date with somebody that's like, this is the one. This is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. You just absolutely know it. And it's like you jump full blown in, and you want to make sure it works. So you up level yourself, and you get some counseling and some guidance and some coaching, because you want the relationship to work. And as a result, it just absolutely takes off, which is very, very cool. And the cool thing about any business And what I've realized over the many years that I've been in business, and if you're like me, you may have too, is that you hear a lot of things, right? So a little bit about me before I jump into this a little bit too far. So if you don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist and coach. Absolutely on a mission to create no more empty refrigerators and go out and make an extreme impact on the entire planet. So that is who I am. Absolutely got an awesome wife, some wonderful children, some great friends, some great team members, great business partners, great fellow coaches, and just really enjoy what I'm doing. Just in a real good place in my life right now. So cool deal. And I got a fresh new haircut today. First time at the barber shop since like February. So got the hook up here, got all the hair off my ears, got it laid back, got a nice skin fade. So I'm all ready to rock into summertime. So it'll be about another 2 weeks before I jump in that. And the cool thing about it is I was talking to my barber today, and he's actually jumping into the side hustle gig too, which is really cool. So everybody's on that. I think with everything that's happened over the last several months, people have realized that they need a plan B or C or D or E or F or something as a backup plan to their primary 9-to-5 job. And again, not job bashing at all, because it's what makes the world go around, man. It's, companies, entrepreneurs that are willing to start a business and put their head down and go to work and create income opportunities for other people as employees. And there's just some people that are cool with getting up and going to work every day 9 to 5. They don't want to do anything else. But I think what a lot of people realize, that even these big corporations, when the crap hits the fan, it's like, oh Lord, people get laid off, people get set back, and then of course, like, the government sort of stepped in and threw out the cares to everybody, which, I mean, you can argue that it's a great opportunity for some, it's not for others. I think a bunch of money was wasted at that platform. They just gave money to everybody, and I don't think everybody really needed it, but that's just my 2 cents, and that's my opinion. So I'm talking about being specific and deliberate, and there's some things that you can do in terms of leveling up to the next level, whatever that is, whether it's a 7-figure run like I'm focusing on going, because, and the reason I wanted to go big that way is, and it's not to diminish 6-figure incomes, been there, done that. It's definitely cooler to make, $100,000 a year than it is to make 30. Absolutely not taking away from that at all. Trust me, it's not. However, and I'm not saying this is weird, is when you hit about the $112,000, $113,000 a year point, is the government gets so much of your taxes. Sometimes you end up actually having less spending money than somebody that's making $40,000. It's just stupid. It's like a weird tax bracket thing. It's, unless you have some type of side hustle that you can write those taxes off on and keep more of the money than you give to the government, a lot of times you end up like you're working harder, you're making more money, and you're bringing home less. The math just doesn't add up. So knowing that and experiencing that and being like, this just doesn't make any sense. You think, oh man, I'm making $110,000, $115,000 a year. I should have a lot more spending money. And one of the things that people do before they realize it, they'll go out and spend all that money and then realize they have less money, and they go into debt because they buy cars that are way too expensive for them. They move into a house that's way too expensive for them. They buy stuff that's, way out of their league. And next thing you know, they're more broke than they would have been, and they're in more debt than they would have been than if they were making $35,000 or $40,000, $50,000 a year. So just my word of advice and caution to you, just be careful when you're going down that street. Hey, is it Janine? Thanks for swinging by. I really appreciate it. So 7-figure run, and it's okay to think big. I mean, if you're going to do something right, do it big. Go big. Don't be, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't be flamboyant about it. Don't be cocky about it. Go big. And the reason that I put the reason I said 7-figure run is because I know when I hit the 7-figure side that I just based on the way our business model works, that I have to physically go out and help somebody else make money. I physically, and I should say physically, the people that I impact, the customers that I bring on board, I have to save them money. If they don't save money, I don't get paid. If the rideshare drivers that I bring on board don't pick up a ride, they don't get paid, I don't make money. So it's a win-win situation. They don't get paid, I don't get paid. They don't save money, I don't get paid. So there's absolutely no way that I can go out and do this business by myself. Now I can go out and recruit a bunch of team members, but in the relatively cool thing about it is that with a business model where you have a customer base, right? I have a very, very large customer base right now that my whole goal is to triple that. And I think based on the numbers from some things that I've learned the last couple of days, I might even be able to 9 times that doing the same amount of work. And I'm like, what? So sometimes it's just being in the right place at the right time and showing up, right? So if I can do that and take that 7-figure run and do that, and then of course all the other stuff that's just happening in my life that's just showing up, putting stuff out into the atmosphere. So a couple of things that are very, very important. This is more of a mindset talk here. And by the way, for those of you that were on missed my call, they call these, why do we always call these things calls? It's a live. It's a Facebook Live is what it is. Let me get this out of my bag here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got this briefcase. It's actually like turned into a purse because I carry everything in here, like my battery pack, and got my lip gloss. And I don't actually really have lip gloss. I was just being sarcastic. But I used to actually carry a toothbrush in here, but don't do that anymore. I don't know why I stopped doing that, because sometimes you're just out somewhere and you got your briefcase and you go out to lunch or something and eat something with a lot of onions in it and you wish you had toothbrush. Anyway, so social media script book. Friday, tomorrow, I'm going to be giving this away. So for those of you, this book is absolutely awesome. For starters, it says, just one other piece of information in here. This is from Jessica Higdon, part of Rank Makers. She says, it's always important to remember that when you are having a conversation with someone through social media, that you're not physically there with them, and your tone of voice can be taken completely differently intended. And you know that, right? You know that when you send somebody a message, a text message, I'm talking about a verbal voice message, we're talking about a text message, you don't know what state of mind that they're in on the other end of the receiving side. You have no idea. Cool Aston Martin DBS behind me, pretty cool, right? You don't know what kind of state of mind that they are in. So when that message drops into their inbox, they may be sitting there, and they may have just had a fight with their dog, their wife, their husband. They may have lost their job. They may have found out that they're sick. Whatever it could be. Nowadays, it could be just about anything. They could just be in a stupid state of mind. So when you reach out to them, it's very, very important you understand that you don't know how they're going to respond. So the social media script book is very, very cool to maybe help you grow your business and maybe change your mindset a little bit. I'm going to give one of these away, and I think I'll probably end up giving away 2. So if you'd like to be entered in the drawing, there's no catches. You just have to say, Forrest, I want the social media script book, and send me a private message. Don't post it on the timeline. If you're out on Twitter or out on Periscope or YouTube or whatever, go ahead and post out there. It should send me a message, and I should be able to see that. And I'll put your drawing in on Friday. I'm going to draw a name out of the hat, and we're going to pull a winner. And then on Friday, tomorrow, I'm going to talk about doing Facebook watch party. So it's going to sort of be a Tech Tuesday on a Friday. We're going to talk about how to use a watch party and how to find one and how to post one and all that kind of stuff. So we'll walk through that. And if my technology works, maybe I'll do a little screen share and do my best attempt at showing you how to do that. So tomorrow we're going to talk about watch parties and the power of watch parties and how to use them to grow your business, generate leads and prospects, and get interest in what you're doing. So going back to talking about being specific and being deliberate to go, and your goal can be whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be a 7-figure run. It could be your next promotion level. It could be your next number of customers. I have set a specific intention for the month of June in terms of how many people I'm going to reach out to. Now, this is a little bit new adventure for me, because in the previous months I've been on a customer bandwagon, customer, and my kung fu in customer acquisition is just triple, double black belt bad to the bone, right? So absolutely no doubt in my mind, if I said, hey, I'm going to put an X number of customers in the next 30 days, my kung fu in that area is so good, I have no doubt in my mind they can go out and just wrap it right up. So I'm going to take those same techniques that I learned in customer acquisition, and I'm going to turn them around. I'm going to look at looking for team members now. So, and the cool thing about this, watch this, I've done two things. One is I've set an example for customer acquisition that I know that the systems that I've used, that I've learned through Rank Makers and my coaching and my mentors and my business, that those systems that I use for customer acquisition, that I can take those exact steps and hand them to a business builder, hand them to a new person, the most neurific person on the planet that's never marketed, that's never done anything, that's like, oh no, I gotta do it. No, you don't have to do a Facebook Live, but I can definitely teach you how to talk to anybody on the planet, anybody on the planet, no matter where they're at. I can teach you how to reach out to them, prospect them. It doesn't matter if you know them, don't know them, whatever. Again, I've learned this and show you how to get bulletproof so you don't care what they say. Now, you sort of want them to be in your business, but you're not going to be affected. You're not going to let it mess up your emotional chi. You're not going to be affected by whether they say no or yes. If they say yes, you've got a system. If they say no, you've got a system. If they don't say anything, you've got a system. So because I've done this, because I've put all these customers in place over the last 90 to 120 days, I know that I can take the most brand new person and say, if you do now, here's one, I can put them in the system. Now, I can't guarantee they're going to get the same results because they may not have the same hustle that I have. They may not have the same drive that I may have. They may not show up the same amount that I have. So my income disclaimer in this is, if you don't hustle like me, you're probably not going to get the results like me. If you hustle harder than me, you may get better results, which I won't be mad at you, because the whole goal and my mission in life is no more empty refrigerators, right? It's to go out and find the people that want to earn the extra $300 or $400 or $500 that might now realize, with everything that's going on, how important it is to have a solid backup plan B running on the side. So when plan A, their primary 40-hour-a-day job or whatever that is, or maybe they're a salon owner, they were self-employed. There's a lot of self-employed salon owners and business owners that got their income like cut off. They didn't have a boss. They were their own boss. But because of everything that was going on, they got shut down and their income went from hero to zero overnight, right? So very, very important that when you're reaching out to people, you're talking to people, you understand the direction you're going. So what I was saying with that is knowing what I've known based on the systems that I've used, put in place, that I can bring the most new person on board with full confidence. Now, here's where the training comes in, right? Have a belief. Now, it talks about being specific and deliberate. So I know exactly the person I'm going to go reach out to. I'm going to have a deliberate conversation with them. I have a script that I can reach out to them. I'm going to modify it from the customer, not modify it, but it's going to be a business prospecting script. And I know that I have absolutely no doubt if they come at me, they're not going to come at me sideways because of my belief level based on the results that I got. Now, if you're a brand new person, the cool thing about it is you can use my belief. You can use the results that I have on my team. So it's, say you decide you want to come on board my team and say, okay, Forrest, what's this deal you got going on? What is it? Yeah, I want a side hustle. Show me what's going on. I can show you my results. I can tell you exactly what I did. And the only difference in the results that you're going to get over what I'm going to get is, one is, are you willing to hustle as hard as I hustle? Are you willing to stay up late? Are you willing to get up earlier? Are you willing to get rid of all the negative stinking thinking crap from all your friends and everything else? Are you willing to put your head down and do a fire hustle, as I call it, and go to work and look up at the end of 30 days and go, holy crap moly, how many customers did I get? What? And understand that and get into the kung fu. It's just like going to martial arts, right? You show up the first day in martial arts, you got your gi on, you got your white belt on, and you don't know jack about anything. You try to get into a ring with somebody that's been there 2 weeks longer than you, you're going to get flipped and slammed on the ground, punched in the head, whatever. And they've been there only 2 weeks longer than you. You're going to get beat up, for lack of a better word. And I know that's, if you're in martial arts, I'm just throwing some analogies out there. Don't get mad at me because I'm not saying it right. But the point, the moral of the story is the only way you're going to get good at martial arts is you've got to continually show up, right? You're not going to instantly go from white belt to black belt. You're not going to instantly jump from white belt to red belt because I think you've got like blue and yellow and green in the middle or something, right? Or whatever it is. I don't remember what the color schemes of belts because they're all a little bit different, but you're going to have to take one belt at a time. You're going to have to learn how to throw punches and blocks and stance. You're going to have to be able to see people getting ready to counter punch, and eventually it will become on autopilot. So it will take a while. So you're not going to be, and you're not going to be as good as somebody that maybe practices 3 or 4 times a week and you're only practicing 1 time a week. So if you only show up and practice 1 time a week, prospecting until my eyes are bugging out of my head. I'm going to bed. See you tomorrow. Right on, Ido. That's the way to go. Yep. I think I almost maybe think of an Eminem song there for a minute till the lights go out. So anyway, guys, there. Somebody's got to hit the tunes up on the Eminem song. Oh Lord, I love Eminem, man. It's just, I don't know what it is about his songs, but it's just like, man, they get you going. So 7-figure runs. Being specific and deliberate. So being specific and deliberate. One is I have a belief. One is you got to have a belief. And we talk about this on our train call right now. Is I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that sometime in the next 12 months, my financial situation, my team, and my business is going to be so much different than it is now. I'm going to look back and go, really? What? No. Why? Because head down, fire freaking hustle, going out and kicking butt and taking names. And I'm not saying that to brag, is because the whole goal of No More Empty Refrigerators, if you didn't catch I don't know if I did the live on it or not, but the responsibility that we have right now, especially with everything that's going on, is some people say, well, it's offensive to reach out to people in these times. You know what's offensive? You want to know what's really offensive? I'm going to get on a soapbox a little bit here. You know what's offensive is growing up not having freaking food in the refrigerator. That's offensive. That's offensive. It's offensive that some little black kid like me had to grow up having a mom who was an entrepreneur, who, if network marketing would have been around when I was a kid at the level it is now, and somebody decided they didn't want to knock on my door, whether it's a virtual door or physical door or whatever, and say, hey, I'm curious, we've got this opportunity to help you make a little bit of extra money. I'm curious, with everything that's going on right now, I'm head down focused, working on this opportunity. And they didn't reach out to me. They didn't ask me because they might offend me because I might be a certain skin color, or maybe I live in a certain neighborhood or whatever that crap is. I would be really upset that somebody didn't at least offer me the opportunity to at least make the decision on whether or not I wanted to take that path, right? So, that's what's offensive now, is not showing up. So if you've got a business, whether it's a network marketing business, affiliate marketing business, and you're buying into the BS that you might offend somebody because you're going to ask them. Amazon's not offended. They're still advertising. Walmart's not offended. They're still advertising. Chevy, Ford, Cadillac, all the car dealerships, they're not offended. They're still advertising, right? They're still advertising for your money and your dollars for you to go buy their stuff. So why the heck would I be concerned about somebody being offended because I want to ask them the opportunity or offer them the opportunity to look at my business to see, just to see if it might be something to impact and change their life, but not even more so them, that if they pick the ball up and run with it just a little bit, they might know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who might go out and make a massive impact in the community, right? Make a massive impact. They might have a dream. They might be that little black boy that opens up the refrigerator and has absolutely nothing in it, that grew up and has been looking for that dream, looking for that hustle, looking for that thing, that whatever it is, that one thing that might change life. Matter of fact, really good book. Highly recommend you go read it. It's called The One Thing. It will change the way you think by a long shot, right? That might be that one little thing that might spark that run, that might change the direction and course of life. Who knows? maybe 15, 20, 30 years from now might end up being one of the greatest presidents in the United States of America because you knocked on their freaking door and gave them an opportunity and put them in front of the right people to change their mindset and make an impact to send them on a different path because you weren't worried about getting somebody offended. That's what's offensive is people, oh, they're going to be offended. You know what? Whew. I almost went there. Woo, come back. Whew. Come back. So my challenge to you is if you got a business, don't be scared. Don't worry about the negative Nelly naysayers, the people that just want to keep people in the crab bucket. There's people out there that just want to keep you in the crab bucket. They just love, they live on hate, they live on evil, they live on fear. They just want to keep people down to control them. Don't buy into their mess. Fight your way out, whatever your mental stuff is that you need to do, and realize that there's somebody out there that needs you to reach out to them, or that there's somebody out there that if you reach out to them, they might reach out to somebody else and be able to impact their life and change the trajectory, the direction, let's just go with the direction that they're going in, the path that they're going to go down to impact and change thousands and tens of thousands of people's lives. So if you're specific and deliberate with your intention of where you want to go, your belief level is going to be so high that negative naysayers aren't going to be able to impact you. Your posture is going to be proven by the actions that you take, right? Your posture is going to be proven by the action that you take, how you show up, the deliberate action of the people you reach out to, the people that you surround yourself with when you want to show up. So my challenge to you guys, my run for this month, and this is throwing it out to everybody, Hadass, Coach Doc Gardner, for my challenge this month, it's straight up prospecting. What are we going to do to prospect? How many people we're going to bucket? I know we did 1,500 in May. So let's all shoot for 2,000. 2,000 people in the month of June. We're going to knock on some doors. We're going to see if they're looking for an opportunity. That's my challenge to anybody that wants to join me in this mission. Doesn't really matter what your business is. I don't really care whether you're in my business, on my team, you have another business. If you want to play, comment in the area, I'm down. We're reaching out to 2,000 people, and we're going to knock on their door, see if they're open to taking a look at an opportunity. We're not going to be triggered. We're not going to be worried about the naysayers. We're not going to let the people that are wanting to keep us down in the crab bucket worry about us. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. No more empty refrigerators. Go out making an extreme impact. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
My baby on fire. Fire like Mariah.
Since I lost an internet connection. And broadcast. It's just hanging out here. It's not ending the broadcast here. Let me do it this way.